Happy Saturday, wrestling fans. Josh with you.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Television Championship.
We have a supercard scheduled for you tonight. Our big main event will feature World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair taking on the former champion, the Total Package Lex Luger, in a rematch for the championship. But we are kicking things off with TV title action. The number one contender, Stan Hansen, makes his way to the ring. He will take on the champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Also tonight, we are kicking off our six-man title tournament. That's right, the six-man titles have been reinstated here in WCW, and we're going to have a first-round match. It will be Rick and Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers, teaming with Hot Stuff International member Eddie Gilbert, as they take on members of Paul Jones's Army, the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff, the Barbarian, and the Claw Master, Baron von Raschke. Also tonight, Big Barry Windham of the Horsemen will take on Magnum TA. Tom Zenk will take on Wild Bill Irwin. Tully Blanchard faces Brad Armstrong. Also for the World Tag Team titles, I said this was a super card, and it sure is. The Road Warriors, the champions, will take on the number one contenders, the Rock and Roll Express. That is a dream match, and we're going to have it for you here this evening. Also for the U.S. Tag Team titles, Tommy Rich and Mike Rotunda, the champions, take on the former champs, Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey, the Skyscrapers. And the World Television Champion makes his way to the ring to a chorus of cheers from this sold-out crowd in Birmingham, Alabama. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are with you for around 90 minutes tonight, 1 hour and 30 minutes. So sit back and enjoy this one. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, whether it was a while ago or recently. Welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy the night of action. Glad to have you here. Also on the card tonight, we will see Chief Wahoo McDaniel in action. The Warlord will also be in action, as will Michael P.S. Hayes and the Great Muta. And U.S. Champion Sting is here. You chose a good night to tune in to World Championship Wrestling. TV title on the line to kick off the program. Let's go down to our ring announcer.
Introducing the challenger from Borger, Texas, weighing in at 320 pounds, Stan Hansen. Introducing the champion from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 270 pounds, he is the World Television Champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
This one is set to begin, wrestling fans. Our referee for tonight's match is Bill Scott. "15-minute time limit in this one. Dusty Rhodes captured that title last week, defeating Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, and Garvin is waiting in the wings. He will take on the winner of this one next week. Referee signals for the bell. Collar and elbow tie-up. I think the strength advantage would favor Stan Hansen, but only by a little. Dusty Rhodes also a strong man. Overhand wrist lock. Good reversal by Hansen. Side headlock. Hansen really grinding it in. He would love to capture his first title here in WCW here tonight in Birmingham. Big elbow by Rhodes. He really rocks Stan Hansen. Magnum TA in action later tonight, taking on Tully Blanchard. Or excuse me, Barry Windham. Tully Blanchard's here. He's taking on Brad Armstrong. Good elbow there to the knee, and Rhodes, the champion, in command. Stomps the throat. Really excited about that six-man title tournament that'll kick off tonight. Several teams involved in that one. Each week will be a new surprise for you, as two teams of three will battle. Really got Hansen locked up here. Hansen may have to submit, unable to get free. Referee checking in. Hansen able to fight his way out finally. Big clothesline by Hansen. Sent Rhodes up and over the top rope. And referee begins the 10 count. Rhodes back in quickly. And Dusty looking for a pile driver. Great move there by Rhodes. So I suppose WrestleMania has come and gone. I heard nothing about it. Usually I hear something. I think it was the 11th and 12th, right? Last weekend. We still got good views here on the channel. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in here. Hansen has Rhodes up. Knee to the face. Lateral press here by Hansen. 1. Last I knew, Cody Rhodes was world champion over there. I'm happy with that. Good neck breaker by Rhodes. Not sure if Cody won his match or not. They have too many titles. Hansen throws Rhodes into that steel barricade. Has him up. Atomic drop. I guess I shouldn't say too many titles. I should say too many world titles. To me, there's only one world champion in a promotion. Good submission hold here by Hansen. I mean, you really can't say you have a universal champion if you're not defending on other planets. Oh, that sounds silly, but that's what it implies. I suppose they refer to the WWE universe. Cover here by Hansen. 1. A 1 count only. Kicked Rhodes in the back of the knee. Hansen now. Might have been a low kick. Picks up Rhodes. Has him up. A javelin throw there by Stan the Lariat Hansen trying to capture the title. 1. Rhodes got the shoulder off the mat. I couldn't tell you which title Cody Rhodes holds. I guess it's the Universal title. Good jab there by Rhodes. Rhodes now to the middle rope. Measures him. Leaping elbow. Caught him in the clavicle. Turns him over. Grapevines the leg. Near fall. Hansen kicked out. I don't hate WWE. Just want to set that straight. I don't hate it. I actually like it better than AEW any longer. Good atomic drop, but I'm just not a big fan of modern wrestling. It's changed too much to my distaste. Good elbow to the lower back. Nothing personal. If you like it, that's great. Let me know some things you like about AEW or WWE or what else is there. Let's see. TNA, aren't they back? They were called Impact, I think, for a while. The National Wrestling Alliance. Step over toe hold into a STF submission hold. Rhodes trapped in the middle of the ring. Elbow to the jaw and another. Good jab there by Rhodes. Spins him around. Throws him into the corner. Charging in. Big splash by the American Dream. And the champion now in control. Good block there by Hansen. Rhodes might have been going for that bionic elbow. Sleeper hold by the challenger. And Rhodes fading fast. Drives the chin into the top of the head. Desperation move, but it worked. Rhodes picks him up. Might be looking for the airplane spin, but instead repositions him and drops him throat first over the top rope. Spinning toe hold. Drives all the weight down on the knee of Stan Hansen. Good kick there, high knee lift. So for those of you who are new to the channel, I began watching wrestling in 84, I believe it was 84. My dad got me hooked on the National Wrestling Alliance on WTBS. It was called WTBS at that time. We got it through, it wasn't called Time Warner Cable yet, it was called just Warner Cable. Big lariat on the floor, he floored Dusty Rhodes. and the elbow across the chest. 8.5 minutes remain in the time limit. Hansen calls out to the crowd mockingly. Needs to get Rhodes back in the ring. A title cannot change hands by countout or disqualification. Hansen measures him. Drives him throat first over the edge of the apron. Devastating move, and now Hansen going up top. Might be looking for a flying shoulder tackle. If he lands it, we could very well have a new champion, a short reign for Rhodes. But instead drives the fist to the top of the head. And referee Bill Scott's checking on Rhodes. Rhodes may be unable to continue. But no, he's giving him the okay. Rhodes still okay. Rhodes yelling, "I will not quit." If he had thrown in the towel, Hansen would have won the title if he had stopped the match. STF submission hold here by Stan Hansen. So I believe the first match I remember was, it seems like it was Stan Hansen against Black Bart. Sam Houston against Black Bart. Big elbow there by Rhodes to the top of the head. He floored him. Cover. Wraps up the leg. Referee slow to get down to make the count. And a near fall. Hansen got out. And Rhodes letting him hear it. He's giving him an earful. He thought he was slow to get down there to make the count. Hansen up quickly. Clubbing blows onto Dusty. Waistlock. Good suplex there by Hansen. And it seems like Houston suffered a broken arm in that matchup with Black Bart, but came back to win anyway, despite the odds. And that got me really interested in wrestling. Plus, just seeing my dad's reaction, how much he enjoyed it. And we watched it together for a long time every Saturday night. So I believe it was 84. It might have been 85. Picks him up. Pile driver. Great execution there by Rhodes. Loving blows here by Dusty. So then later I learned the World Wrestling Federation existed. Started watching them and enjoyed those very much. Especially the Saturday night main event shows. So every weekend it was a wrestling heavy weekend anyway. Back then it started on Saturday morning at 8:05. WTBS aired a morning show that was 1 hour. Down goes Stan Hansen. Cover. Leg hooks one. The champion's going to retain. No, another kick out by Stan. What a matchup here to kick off our program. Great TV title match. Rhodes measuring Hansen now. Fans wanting to put him away right here. If he can land the bionic elbow. There it is. He flattened him with it. The cover. Hooks the leg. 2. And he got him. Dusty retains this Saturday night. What a great way to kick off WCW Saturday night here on April 18th. Hansen caught that lariat on the floor. If he had pushed Rhodes in right away, he might have won the title. Referee at one point had to check on Dusty Rhodes to make sure he was able to continue, and Rhodes gave the all clear, and he has won this matchup.
Here is your winner, and still World Television Champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Don't go anywhere. Michael Hayes is in action next. In the ring, Lee Scott and Michael Purely Sexy Hayes. Lee Scott starting out fist and fire, but Hayes fires back. And a beautiful snap suplex by Michael P.S. Hayes. Lee Scott slow to get to his feet. Hayes waiting for him. So after discovering the World Wrestling Federation, I also found out about the American Wrestling Association. I liked it very much too and watched it on ESPN. They occasionally showed World Class Championship Wrestling, and to be honest, I didn't like it as well. I didn't hate it, but it was my least favorite of the 4. It just had a different feel to it. I don't know. It wasn't terrible. But I was always a WCW, National Wrestling Alliance, Jim Crockett guy. I was pretty much heartbroken when they folded. Belly to belly suplex there by Michael Hayes. Leaping leg drop, and Hayes now taking it to this youngster, Lee Scott. Fans standing here in Birmingham. Big kick there, and Hayes plants him with a DDT. This one's over. Count to 100, ref. Easy win here tonight for Michael P.S. Hayes. He heads for the pay window. And Lee Scott going to be perhaps in need of a stretcher. Really rocked him with that DDT. Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, Michael P.S. Hayes.
Don't go anywhere, fans. Six-man action coming up next. And the World Six-Man Title Tournament kicks off tonight with a Round 1 matchup. A 20-minute time limit imposed on this one. If it ends in a draw, both teams will be eliminated. And the winning team on the other side of the bracket would get a bye to the next round, the third round. Tag made to Baron von Raschke. Good double team by Barbarian and Baron. So we got Baron von Raschke, Ivan Koloff, and the Barbarian, all members of Paul Jones's Army, taking on members of Missy Hyatt's Hot Stuff International. Managers barred at ringside for this tournament. Picked him up one-handed with a claw. Deceptive strength displayed by Baron. And they're taking on Eddie Gilbert, Rick and Scott Steiner. I imagine this will be the only entrance that Missy has, because she only has Sting and Luger unless she picks up a new guy, a sixth man in the stable to team with Sting and Luger. Picks him up. And they're just dominating Eddie Gilbert from the get-go here. Another tag to Baron. Double team coming up. Eddie is whipped into the ropes. High elevation on that double backdrop. Now the Baron tags in the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Good to see the World Six-Man titles being reinstated here in WCW. Kick to the lower back. And the Russian Bear just taunting Hot Stuff. Picks him up. And drives him down. Still, I wish we could plug the music in. The intro music for all of our wrestlers. We have them. It's just, the last time I did it, the video got taken down in certain areas of, I don't think it was United States. I think it was like in Russia for some reason. Let me know if you're watching outside of the United States. I think I have a few people from Canada. So glad to have you guys aboard. But it was actually Hulk Hogan's theme. It caused the video not to be displayed in all of Russia over a copyright claim. After you get so many copyright strikes, they can just shut your channel down. YouTube can. So it's just not worth it. Giant swing here by Baron, but would be cool though. We did it for a little while, a long time ago, about a year or two ago. We had the Midnight Express's music, Rock and Roll Express. Sting's, of course. Lex Luger's, Ric Flair's, the Steiner brothers. The Road Warriors had Iron Man. Ivan coming out to help Baron. It's breaking down here. Scott Steiner's on the floor. Eddie Gilbert just taking it to Baron. Ivan unable to shove it. Eddie off of him. Now here comes the Barbarian over. Referee issuing that 10 count. This one could end in a double count out. He needs to restore some order. We got Ivan coming in. Scott Steiner blasting Baron von Raschke. Eddie Gilbert just twirling his finger in celebration. DDT by Steiner on the Baron. Now Barbarian coming over. Apparently that broke the count. Barbarian falls. I think he was shoved down by Scott Steiner. Now Ivan coming over. This one's pure chaos, a pure 6 brawl. Baron back in the ring. Is he even the legal man? I've lost count of who that is. It's not Baron. Eddie Gilbert tossed in. This one's chaotic, fans. Scott Steiner's got Baron up. Rick Steiner just watching. Baron slips free and clips the leg of Scotty. Now Baron back in. Scott Steiner is legal. He could be counted out. Ivan tagged in. Scott ready for him. Good takedown by Scotty Steiner. Turns him over. Single leg Boston Crab. Really wrenching back. And now Ivan kicks Steiner away. Steiner groggy. Ivan's got him up. Good to see the action return to the ring. Pure bedlam outside. Rick Steiner tagged in. And Ivan was still going after Scott. Beautiful drop kick there by Rick. I don't think Ivan was aware the tag was made. He thought Scott Steiner was still legal. Turns him over. Drives the elbow to the knee. So in case you are not aware, I have ulcerative colitis, which is off the ropes as Ivan now. Which is basically when you get ulcers in your colon, on the colon lining. Causes a lot of discomfort, a lot of horrible symptoms. It's been managed well for the past 2 years by a medication called Rinvoq. I bring that up because this Tuesday, if you'll keep me in your prayers and thoughts, I'm having a colonoscopy done. Monday won't be fun. I'll be on a clear liquid diet. Anyway, so Tuesday morning, they're going to check to see how that medication's working. Hopefully it's doing what it should be doing, clearing up the colon, making it healthy. So if you can pray for that, I appreciate it. I'm Josh, in case you missed it at the opening of our program. Good fireman carry takeover there by Rick Steiner. I go in at, I think it starts at 6:30 in the morning. I wanted to get it done and over with early. Camel clutch here by Rick Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin. Gut wrench suplex by the Barbarian. Barbarian telling Baron to throw Rick Steiner over the top rope. Ivan's indicating it too, but Baron has different ideas. Picks Steiner up one-handed and slams him down. Baron is just super strong. Baron now full Nelson, but squeezing the temples. Instead of putting the arms behind the neck and cranking it forward, he's squeezing the temples. Steiner able to break free though. And Steiner with a big power slam. And the dog-faced gremlin helping his team out. They've been struggling from the early going. Tag made to his brother Scott. And they're going for the Bulldog. That's their move. Usually it's Rick coming off the top, but this time Scott's going to do it. The younger brother. Great move there by Scotty Steiner. And the cover. And Ivan and Barbarian have the referee distracted. Eddie Gilbert yelling at the referee to come over and make the count. He had him down for a 3 count already. 2. And a kick out by Baron. Barbarian was late getting in there, but Baron, thankfully for his sake, was able to kick out on his own accord. But I think only because the referee was distracted. Steiner now sends him in for the ride. Ooh, big elbow there by Baron. And a big sidewalk slam. Tag made to the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Eddie Gilbert tagged in. And Ivan went leaping in and landed between the ropes awkwardly. Eddie now sizing up. He was sizing up Ivan. I think he was going for the hot shot or maybe the pile driver. But Baron von Raschke being warned about coming in. And this one again breaking down. A right hand sends Gilbert sailing off the apron and crashing to the floor. Flying elbow drop by the Barbarian. Great maneuver. Throws him back in the ring. Follows him in. A double axe handle to the square of the back. And another clubbing blow there by the big Barbarian. And Rick Steiner must have said something that Barbarian did not like, or he knocked him off the apron. Front face locked by the Barbarian. And the Barbarian puts Gilbert up. It's the human torture rack, Barbarian's version of it. We've seen Luger take offense to that maneuver. He's got it locked in. Steiner encouraging Gilbert to try to fight free. And Gilbert pounding the back of the head and will do so. He gets out. Gilbert now going for the pile driver. And he rocked him with it. Great maneuver there by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Drags him to the middle of the ring. The cover. Leg hook, but Ivan Koloff makes the save. Gilbert shoots him into the corner. Now Gilbert going after Barbarian. He realized Ivan's not legal. We got 4 men in the ring now. I think Scott's about to come in. Rick Steiner is exited. Barbarian is being manhandled here by Eddie Gilbert, and Baron von Raschke being restrained by the referee. And it is breaking down. We've got all 3 members of Jones's army, Paul Jones's army in there. Baron taking swings at Rick Steiner. Rick Steiner avoided them, but he was just brought into the ring the hard way. The Barbarian with the elbow to the top of the head. And now look at the strength of Barbarian. Military pressing Eddie Gilbert to the mat. And we are approaching 9 minutes remaining in the time limit. As I mentioned, if this goes to a time limit draw, both teams will be eliminated. And the winner of next week's matchup will receive an automatic bye to round 3. Big splash in the corner. And now the Barbarian drives those double fists into the back. That double axe handle. Scoops him up. Gilbert in peril here. Drives him to the mat. Now the Barbarian with the cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, and 3. No, Gilbert kicked out. Ivan Koloff prevented Rick Steiner from coming in to make the save, but Gilbert was able to kick out under his own power. Barbarian going up top. Turns around looking for the moonsault. And he lands it. Good job there by the Barbarian. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, and 3. He got him. And it's going to be Paul Jones's army advancing next to the next round. Round 2. They'll take on next week's winner. In this World 6-Man title tournament, fans disappointed. They wanted to see Gilbert and the Steiner brothers win this one. I imagine we'll see members of the Horsemen in this tournament. It's going to be a great one. Stay tuned each and every week.
Here are your winners, the Barbarian, the Russian Gladiator, Irwin, Koloff, and Baron.
Don't go anywhere. More action still to come. Welcome back to the ring, wrestling fans. Thunderfoot 1 taking on Chief Wahoo McDaniel. Good neckbreaker there by Chief Wahoo McDaniel. It's been a little while since we've seen the Chief in action. Good takedown, and he's come back with a vengeance. You know, he would love to challenge for that TV title, regardless who holds it. He and Dusty Rhodes are friends, but for a shot at that title, he would put that friendship aside. Both men would. Elbow to the back of the head. Wahoo picks him up. Front face lock. Good reversal by Thunderfoot 1. Thunderfoot 2's here as well. I believe he's taking on Sting tonight. That'll be a non-title match, of course. Thunderfoot 2 is not a top contender to the U.S. title. He will be if he defeats Sting. But that is a tall order. Sting has been on fire as of late. Last week, he forced World Champion Ric Flair to submit to the Scorpion Deathlock in tag team action. Lex Luger seemed a little annoyed at that. Luger wanted to finish him off. Thunderfoot 1. Battling back here. He is not a pushover. Good clothesline there by Thunderfoot 1. Drags him to the middle of the ring. Slams the wrist against the mat. The Wahoo sweeps the leg out from underneath him. And now stump puller pulling on that arm. Trying to force the submission here. Might have dislocated the arm. Wahoo with a belly-to-belly. Great move. Tremendous impact. Now pulling on the other arm. Making a wish. Fans love Chief Wahoo McDaniel here in Birmingham. The Chief going to work him over here. Trying to unmask him, I think. Trying to unmask him. Referee's yelling at him not to. In for the ride. And there's the tomahawk chop. That's going to do it. Wraps him up, middle of the ring. Easy win here tonight for Chief Wahoo McDaniel. Defeating Thunderfoot 1 in record time. There you see it. Send him into the ropes and just drives that tomahawk chop to the top of the head. Your winner, Chief Wahoo McDaniel.
Here is your winner, McDaniel.
Please don't touch that dial. A great matchup is coming up next. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Magnum TA taking on Big Barry Windham right here in Birmingham, Alabama.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. And representing the Four Horsemen from Texas, weighing in at 275 pounds, Barry Windham.
So a quick search on my phone tells me why I didn't see any WrestleMania results. It's not until this weekend. Shows you how much I follow the current product. Hopefully that doesn't mean low ratings this week for our show. Thunder Salvation for the boss.
And his opponent from Virginia Beach, Virginia, weighing in at 245 pounds, Magnum TA.
What a great matchup this one should be. For some reason, I thought in time past, the WrestleMania always took place in March, at least in recent memory, or very early April. I think WrestleMania 6, which pitted Hulk Hogan against the Ultimate Warrior, was on April 1st. I guess it varies. 15-minute time limit for this one. Our referee is Bill Scott. Collar and elbow tie-up, and Magnum's going to back Barry Windham into the corner. Will we get a clean break? Arn Anderson and J.J. Dillon in the corner of Barry Windham. And we did see a clean break there, surprisingly. Not surprised to see Magnum walk away without delivering a low blow or a cheap shot. A little surprised that Windham didn't capitalize. Now Anderson coming over. Magnum having words with him. Anderson going after Magnum TA. And that's going to cost Magnum here. Barry just shoved him, nearly shoved him off the apron. Magnum grabbed the top rope for dear life and then was knocked off with a big right hand, or by a big right hand. Throws him back in the ring. Windham picks up Magnum. Good waistlock takedown. And Magnum in trouble. It's the Horseman taking on Magnum TA, one half of America's team. We saw Dusty Rhodes earlier in action successfully defend the TV title against Stan the Lariat Hansen. Now both men back in the ring. Right hand there by Magnum. Good neck breaker. Magnum putting the cowboy boots to Barry Windham. Magnum measures him. Magnum is a former World Heavyweight Champion here in our WCW league. He never got that honor in National Wrestling Alliance, but here in our WCW he was a former champion, hoping to regain that title. He would love to have a shot at Ric Flair, whoever the champion might be after tonight. Don't forget, still to come, it's Ric Flair and Lex Luger for the World Heavyweight title. Magnum picks him up. Good takedown by the boss. And a leaping leg drop across the throat. Magnum picks up Windham. Whips him into the corner. Charge again. Vicious clothesline. He floored Windham. And now Magnum. Single leg Boston Crab. Has it cinched in. Referee checking in to see if Windham wants to call it quits right here. But Windham kicks free. Windham really fired up here. And wasted too much time. Went for the big splash in the corner. Magnum moves out of the way. The bridge. Suplex and bridge there by Magnum. Only gets a 1 count. Magnum now tying up Big Barry Windham. Looking for a submission victory right here. But Windham rolls free. Wicked clothesline by Magnum. And this has been all Magnum TA so far. He is going up top. High risk maneuver. And the big splash. Cover. Hooks the leg 1. Referee had to make sure that Windham's shoulders were on the mat. You saw the delay. But Magnum only gets a 1. Puts him up on the top rope. Might be looking for a superplex here. That is Windham's maneuver. Will he use his own hold against him? Going to the very top rope. He's going to try to use the superplex right here. And he lands it. That is Windham's move. But here it was done by Magnum TA. And a cover. Middle of the ring. Looking for the win. 2. And a kick out. This place is deafening here in Birmingham. Armbar here by Magnum TA. And Barry rolls free. Barry needs to mount some offense, and that was a good reversal there by Windham. He used Magnum's momentum against him, but now wasting time. He's got his back turn rolled up here by Magnum. A roll-up. But Barry able to push him off. Off the ropes now is Magnum. Head of steam and a good clothesline. Down goes Barry Windham. Front face lock by Magnum and a forearm shot. Good uppercut. Picks him up. Slams him face first to the mat. And Magnum in command. Looking for a camel clutch here. Trying to force Windham to submit as we approach 10 minutes remaining in the time limit. Still to come, the World Tag Team titles on the line. We got a super card for you tonight, fans. We'll stay with you as long as we need to, but we're allotted 90 minutes. We're already about 40 minutes in, so we might need extra time this evening. So sit back and enjoy this one as it unfolds. Also, the U.S. Tag Team titles still on the line as well. The champions, Tommy Rich and Mike Rotunda, taking on the Skyscrapers. Both men back in the ring. Good forearm shot. Really rocked him. And a nice backbreaker. Picks him up. Sends him in for the right, looking for the belly to belly. No, it's a clothesline instead. Leaping leg drop across the throat. And Magnum, again, looking for a submission victory. A lot of pressure applied to the ankle and the leg of Windham. Windham finally takes Magnum. Cradle suplex. Great move there by Big Barry Windham. Needs to turn things around right now and in a hurry. 8.5 minutes remain in the time limit. Barry with the head scissors. Drives the elbow to the top of the head. And now Windham tying up Magnum. Wrenching on both arms. A lot of pressure on the neck and the thighs as well. Windham had the legs interlocked. And now Windham looking for a neck breaker. No, it's going to be a big Big punch to the back of the head with that gloved hand. Who knows if that glove is loaded or not. And Windham's got the claw locked in. That's going to be it for Magnum unless he can get to the ropes. Magnum thrashing the legs around. He is fading fast. Windham's got the claw locked on Magnum TA. And Magnum fading. He needs to get his leg hooked over that bottom rope. Magnum's going to try to fight free. He's got the hand released. And shoves Barry off. What an escape there by Magnum. And now whips him into the ride. He's sitting him for the ride. And he's got him. Belly to belly suplex. He whipped him into the ropes. Belly to belly. The cover too. And he got him. Good win there by Magnum TA. After escaping the claw, he locked on that belly to belly suplex. And he is victorious here tonight in Birmingham. What a win here for Magnum TA over a member of the Horsemen. And Arn looks like he's inching toward the ring, but J.J. Dillon warned him not to come in. Arn was looking at attacking Magnum, I think. Barry just didn't have his A game going here tonight. Your winner, the boss, Magnum TA.
Here is your winner, Magnum TA.
Arn still wanting to go in there. Don't go anywhere. There's still more great action to come. Welcome back to the ring. It is Randy Malky taking on the Warlord in singles action. Inside cradle here by the Warlord, looking for a quick win here tonight in WCW Saturday Night. Paul Jones in the corner of the awesome Warlord. The Army was victorious earlier in six-man action. That's Barbarian, Ivan Koloff, and Baron von Raschke advance in the six-man title tournament. Randy trying to break free here. Warlord's got a death grip on him. And Randy went for the knees. That just enraged Warlord all the more. Good side salto suplex there by the Warlord. Not trying to pull the guy's arm out of the socket. Randy being outmanned here. Fall away slam. Warlord picks him up. Drives him to the mat. Could be a good night here for the Army, Paul Jones's Army. But Randy Malky fighting back now. Went for the clothesline. No effect whatsoever on the awesome Warlord. And he floored Randy with a clothesline of his own. Sends him in for the ride. Belly to back suplex. Nearly sent Randy sailing over the top rope, maybe even into the crowd. Warlord measures him. Drives a knee to the face. Warlord measuring him now. Scoops him up. Drives him to the mat. Big power slam. Hooks the leg. You can count to 100. Dominant win here tonight for the awesome Warlord as he pins Randy Malky with the power slam in record time. Warlord went for an inside cradle early on, but then polishes him off with that running power slam. Your winner, the Warlord.
Here is your winner, Warlord.
Please don't touch that dial. There's great action remaining. Welcome back to the ring, wrestling fans. And the matches continue. Sold out crowd as you see here in Birmingham. Wild Bill Irwin taking on the
The
Z-Man.
following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Texas, weighing in at 250 pounds, Bill Irwin.
Wild Bill Irwin is one half of the Long Riders, along with Black Bart. It will be interesting to see if that team enters the six-man title tournament, and who will they pick as their third man. We think about the roster here in WCW, they might go after Dutch Mantel, Dirty Dutch Mantel. He's definitely available, but so is Stan the Larry Hansen. What a trio that would make. Or they could go with somebody completely out of character for the Long Riders, but I imagine they'll go for one of those two men. Stan Hansen, of course, fell earlier tonight to the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, but gave it his all. He came close to winning that TV title. But tonight it's man to man. Wild Bill taking on Tom Zenk the Z-Man. A deafening ovation for the Z-Man as he makes his way to the ring.
From Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 240 pounds, Z-Man Tom Zenk.
Big matchup here for the TV title contention. Both wrestlers top contenders. They would love to have a TV title shot in the near future. But next week it is Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin taking on Dusty Rhodes in a rematch. Hope your Saturday is going well. 15-minute time limit in this matchup. And the Z-Man wasting no time. Jacks the jaw of Wild Bill Irwin. And Tom now taking it to Wild Bill. Stomps the arm. The Z-Man going for a quick win here. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And a near fall. Z-Man thought he had him. Thought it should have been 3. Complains to the referee, who says, no, buddy, it was only 2. Loving blow there by the Z-Man. I think he may have missed. Wild Bill moved out of the way, but could not avoid that Russian leg sweep. Has Wild Bill up. Reversal by Irwin. Irwin grabs Tom. Sends him shoulder first into the ring post. Now Wild Bill choking away on Tom Zenk. Still to come, U.S. Tag Team titles on the line. The Skyscrapers hoping to regain the gold here tonight. Also the World Tag Team titles on the line. The Road Warriors taking on the Rock and Roll Express in a dream match. And of course U.S. Tag titles on the line, as I said. And the World title on the line, Flair and Luger. Front face lock. Scoops him up. Great body slam by Wild Bill and a quick cover. Referee slow to get into position. Bill was yelling at the referee, Bill Scott, to get down there and make the count. A kick out there by Tom Zenk. Drops the elbow across the chest. We got the U.S. champion Sting here tonight. He's in action in a non-title bout. Off the ropes now, Wild Bill. Wild Bill pulled up lame there, I think. Favoring the leg, but seems to be okay. May have had a quick Charlie horse or something. Elbows to the jaw and takes down Zenk. Our camera is taking you right there in the action. Throws him face first against the ring post. And now throws Zenk back into the ring. Wild Bill dominant now, winds up and drops the elbow. Crushing blow to the back of the head. And a lateral press. Middle of the ring. Failed to hook the leg. Only got a 1 count. Front face lock by Wild Bill. Picks the leg. Snaps it. Z-Man in a tremendous amount of pain. See him wincing. Grabbing the leg. Good backbreaker there by Wild Bill. And now a cover. 1. A 1 count. Tom Zenk shows so much heart. Match after match. Big body slam by Wild Bill. Now off the ropes. Corkscrew elbow. Beautifully done. That was a finishing maneuver for Nature Boy Buddy Landell. He used it when he returned to WCW. Cover here by Wild Bill. I believe in the late 80s, like 89, I think Buddy came back to WCW. Might have been 1990. He definitely was there in 90. Wild Bill again winding up that elbow. Drives it to the back of the head again, trying to knock out Tom Zenk. Both men great wrestlers. Wild Bill from behind. Has him up. Good back suplex. Camel clutch here by Wild Bill. Tom Zenk was able to graze the bottom rope, maybe the middle rope with his fingers. And that was good enough for a break according to referee Bill Scott. Armbar here by Wild Bill. Z-Man rolls free. Hammerlock by Wild Bill. Good elbow to the kisser. The Z-Man breaks free. Savant kick out of nowhere. He knocked him for a loop, and now Tom Zenk going up top. He is looking for the missile dropkick. They're standing here in Birmingham. If he lands it, he's going to win this contest. Off the top. And Wild Bill sidestepped it. And now calls out to the crowd. What a great match here. He moved out of the way in the nick of time. And now Wild Bill looking for a slingshot suplex, it would seem. Has him up and down to the mat. Great maneuver there by Wild Bill on that cover. Middle of the ring, and a 2 count's all he gets. Tom Zenk kicks out. It is deafening here. Fans love World Championship Wrestling. The cowboy boot right to the kisser. Knocked him for a loop, and that's got to be all. Hooks the leg. No, Z-Man got the shoulder up. Wild Bill can't believe it. Z-Man somehow able to kick out. Bill picks him up. Front face lock into the armbar. Really wrenching back. Good maneuver here by Wild Bill. Z-Man rolls free. And Wild Bill caught him with a knee to the midsection. Cracks the knee. Picks him up. Good hammerlock. Wild Bill has him up. Back suplex again. Cover here by Wild Bill. 1 is all he gets. Another good kick out there by Tom Zenk. Sends him into the corner. Charge again. Puts him up on the top rope. What's he going to do with him? Gut wrench. Z-Man in a precarious position. A gut wrench suplex off the middle rope by Wild Bill Irwin. Might have crushed the ribs. Cover here by Wild Bill. 2. And another kick out by Tom Zenk. There is no quit in Tom Zenk, the Z-Man. Armbar here by Wild Bill, trying to break his arm. It's going to take a broken arm before Tom Zenk even considers giving up. I tell you that. And now Z-Man battling back, looking for a suplex. Has him highly elevated. Great maneuver there by Tom Zenk. The Z-Man fired up. Fueled from the energy from the crowd. Clothesline there by the Z-Man. And a second. Z-Man, head of steam, off the ropes. Beautiful drop kick. Z-Man measures him again. And he's going to rock him with a DDT. Wild Bill might have been lacerated on that maneuver. Z-Man going up top. He's looking for that missile drop kick for the second time. He missed the first. Can he land it this time to the kisser? Off the ropes. And again, Wild Bill had it well scouted. He moved out of the way, and now Wild Bill going after the Z-Man. Wild Bill to the second rope. Off the second rope. Good double axe handle. And now measuring Tom Zenk. 7 minutes remain and the time limit, and the cowboy boot again. He rocked him with it. 1, 2, and he pinned him. Impressive win by Wild Bill Irwin here on WCW Saturday night, pinning the Z-Man. A hard-fought win. And we're not going to get a replay. No replay, but what a matchup it was. Deserves another watch. Tremendous win by 1/2 for the Long Riders. Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the ring. It is time for singles action. Bill Mulkey taking on the Great Muta. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. Good drop kick there by Muta. It may have been a glancing blow. Bill was doing everything in his power to avoid it. Muta takes Bill. Good quick elbow drop. Muta now straddling him. Left hands. Stomps the midsection. Has him up. Throws him into the corner. Muta now. Measuring him. Sort of a slam suplex combination. And Bill just bounced off those turnbuckle pads. Muta now measures him. Sliding drop kick right to the kisser. Might have caught him in the cheek, actually. Belly to belly suplex. Could have broken a jawbone. Ooh, big kick there by Muta. And a basement DDT. He rocked him. Picks him up. Nice backbreaker. Into the ropes. Drop toe hold. Muta just working over Bill Mulkey. Ankle lock here by the Great Muta. Looking for a quick win. And Bill just been out of shape there. Muta had to let go because Bill was so light. He was just rolling out of the way. He rocked him with a pile driver. Bill being dominated here on WCW Saturday night. And the handspring elbow right there by the Great Muta. Now looking for the moonsault, it would appear. Fans standing here in Alabama. There it is. He landed it. Perfection personified. Easy win for the Great Muta. Pouring down insults into the prone Bill Mulkey's face. The Great Muta worked him over here this evening. Impressive win by Muta. No one does that better. Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, the Great Muta.
Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. More great action still to come.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Perfect 10. And from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 241 pounds, Tully Blanchard.
Tully Blanchard to face Brad Armstrong. Baby Doll and James J. Dillon will be in the corner of Blanchard. Should be a great singles matchup. Both men, great scientific wrestlers.
And his opponent, from Marietta, Georgia, weighing in at 226 pounds, Brad Armstrong.
Armstrong is a former two-time TV champion here in WCW. He lost that title to Jimmy Garvin weeks ago. Garvin had a relatively short reign as champ himself. We are set to begin 15-minute time limit. Blanchard wasting no time. Hammerlock has Armstrong grounded. Both men wearing red. They definitely didn't check with each other before the match to make sure they'd wear different colored tights. Confusing the referee, I suppose. Of course, Armstrong has the beard and the longer hair, and has a bridge right now. Good cover. Using his head to balance himself. Didn't seem to have great balance. Russian leg sweep. Went for the kick. Blanchard just too far away. Armstrong misguided that one. Butterfly suplex here by Tully Blanchard. Great maneuver. Stomps the arm now, choking away on Armstrong. And Brad with the hip toss rather. And a knee right to the face. A cover here by Armstrong. All he gets is a 1 count. Blanchard so smart, moves out of the way. Now grabs Armstrong. Takes him to the ropes. And slingshots him off. Maybe all fired up. So is James J. Dillon. They are rooting on Blanchard in this one. Both men top contenders to that TV title. Armstrong got his rematch, failed to regain the title. Cover here by Brad. Hooks the leg. And an easy kick out there by Blanchard. Both men went for the right hand. Both men moved out of the way. Now Tully snaps the arm. Would have been one after the wrist there. Targeting the wrist of Brad Armstrong. Vicious chop there by Blanchard. Right hand by Armstrong. Good side suplex there by Brad Armstrong. Now going to the top rope. And a flying elbow drop from up top. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, and a 2 count. Beautiful kick there by Blanchard. Clubbing blow by Tully. Tully whips him into the corner. Charging in. Clothesline. He rocked up Blanchard. And he rocked Armstrong. Now Armstrong needs a timeout. James J. Dillon coming over. Getting up in the face of Brad Armstrong. Brad not backing down. Brad. Right hand there by Blanchard as Armstrong was trying to make his way back into the ring. And Tully's going to follow him out. Rolls under the bottom rope. Now out to the floor. Went for a low kick. Armstrong caught him. Good kick there by Brad Armstrong. Martial arts kick. Throws Blanchard up and over the barricade, and he is among the fans. Tully fights his way back. Leaping over that barricade. Armstrong off the ropes. Good high cross body. Chose not to go for a cover. And Blanchard now in trouble. Locked into the submission hold. Tully slips free. Good front face lock by Armstrong. And the Russian leg sweep again. Great execution. And Tully reeling now. Armstrong leaps to the middle rope. Sunset flip. Has the man pinned. 1, 2. No, 1 count only. Has him up. Shoots him into the corner. And Tully just collapses. Armstrong turns him over. Grape finds the leg. 1. Gets a 1 count. Armstrong turns him over. Boston Crab. Submission hold locked in. And Blanchard in a lot of trouble here. Taking on the former TV champion. Brad rolls out to the floor, now back in. Tully turns his back to him. Brad trips him up. Turns him over. A cover. Has him pinned. Armstrong's got his head on the rope. Referee doesn't see it. I don't think Brad was using the rope for leverage. It's just where his head landed. Very awkward. Good Russian leg sweep again by Brad Armstrong. And now going for the Boston Crab. Turns him over. Blanchard in trouble. Armstrong not letting go. But Tully uses the strength in the legs to power free. Clubbing blow there by Blanchard. 3 title matches still remaining here tonight. U.S. tag titles on the line. World tag titles and the world title. Takes him face first to the buckle. And now Blanchard raking the face of Armstrong across the top rope. Armstrong collapses to one knee. Now falls to his face. Brad's in trouble here. Blanchard looking for the slingshot suplex. Can he get him up? Blanchard has him. Great execution. That's his move. He needs a quick cover. Can he hold him down? Middle of the ring. Wraps up the leg, too. And Armstrong gets pinned. A great win here by Tully Blanchard. James J. Dillon celebrating, but Baby Doll is too. Baby Doll jumping for joy and clapping her hands above her head. A tremendous win by Tully Blanchard for the Horsemen, and a good rebound after losing earlier, Barry Windham losing earlier to Magnum TA. Great matchup here, and Tully prevails. There you see it. Almost took Blanchard by surprise there. And there you see the bridge. Armstrong about scissored his own head between the ropes.
Here is your winner, Tully Blanchard.
Tremendous win by Tully Blanchard. Please don't touch that dial. There's more great action still to come. Welcome back to the ring, wrestling fans. And the roof about came over this place as Sting makes his way to the ring along with Missy Hyatt, his manager.
And his opponent, accompanied by Melissa. And from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 251 pounds, the United States Champion. This is Sting, champion.
It could be a great night of celebration for Missy Hyatt and her stable, Hot Stuff International, if Lex Luger can regain the World Heavyweight title here tonight from Nature Boy Ric Flair. And also Sting is in action. This is a non-title bout. Sting taking on Thunderfoot 2, and the fans clearly behind the Stinger. It is deafening here in Birmingham. They love the U.S. champion. And last week he forced world champion Ric Flair to submit. One has to wonder how long before Sting gets a world heavyweight title shot against either Ric Flair or maybe that teammate Lex Luger. Sting has Thunderfoot 2 pressed high above him, and that great suplex, all the blood rushing to the head. Missy Hyatt celebrating. Sting calls out to the sold-out crowd. Sting, good reversal by Thunderfoot 2. Good maneuver there. We've seen some moments of brilliance from this Thunderfoot 2. One has to wonder, why doesn't he just take the mask off and maybe you can see better. Military press. Slams him down. I was listening to one wrestler talk about a time he had to wear a mask and he complained about not being able to see. I want to say it was Chris Jericho, but I could be wrong. Sting really pumped up here tonight. Thunderfoot 2, but a cranium kick there by the Stinger. Thunderfoot caught the leg, but then paid for it. That sweeping kick there by Sting. Sting looking so dominant as of late. Looks unbeatable. If he could get a World Heavyweight title shot, he could very well win the championship. Stinger splash. He rocked Thunderfoot too. And now waiting for him to get to his feet. He's going for the Scorpion Deathlock right here. Can he turn him over? Yes, with ease. Has it locked in, middle of the ring. Thunderfoot 2's going to have to just give up here. Nowhere to go. And he taps out. Easy win by Sting. In a non-title match, exhibition match. It counts in the win-loss records, but it was a non-title bout. It will not count as a defense by Sting. Tremendous win by Sting by submission.
Here is your winner. This is Sting.
Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. We'll be right back. It is time for the rematch for the U.S. Tag Team titles. The Skyscrapers, Sid Vicious and Dangerous Dan Spivey will take on the champions Mike Rotunda and Tommy Rich. A week ago, Sid Vicious soundly defeated Mike Rotunda in singles action, and he is hoping to repeat the trend here tonight. Medusa and Larry Zbyszko will accompany the challengers to the ring. Larry Zbyszko looks like he just came from a karate dojo. He is a master of kung fu, according to the living legend. This is our second of 4 title matches here this evening. Still to come, the World Tag Team titles on the line. A dream match. The Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, taking on Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express. And will Zbyszko's presence at ringside play a factor in this title matchup? That remains to be seen. Medusa also in the corner of the challengers. Medusa feeling confident that her men can regain the belts here tonight and start a second reign that she says will never end. What an ovation for the champions, Tommy Rich and Captain Mike Rotunda. That is wildfire, Tommy Rich. What a tag team they've made since joining forces and capturing those U.S. tag titles from the Skyscrapers. Now they're trying to hold on to them. So yes, indeed, WrestleMania takes place this Saturday, today. I'm not sure what time it begins. Hopefully it's not the same time as our program. And then they have it on Sunday as well, which I think is just overkill. This one's set to begin. Let's go down to our ring announcer.
United States Tag Team Dangerous Dan Spivey, S.I.D. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 610 pounds, Dangerous Dan Spivey and S.I.D. Dangerous Dan Spivey, S.I.D. And their opponents, at a combined weight of 479 pounds, they are the United States Champions, Tommy and the Captain, Mike.
Should be a great tag team match with the titles on the line. Referee Bill Scott collecting the championship belts. And they are raised high. They are on the line. Man holding on that sign that says the ruler of the world. That, of course, applies to Big Sid Vicious, the master of the powerbomb. 20-minute time limit for this title matchup. And Rich wasting no time. Elbow to the jaw. And Rich going for a quick cover here. Wraps him up. Feet were in the ropes, but then he pulled them away. And referee allowed the pinfall, but only got a 1 count. The pin, I should say. Stomps the arm. Medusa looking worried at ringside. Throws him into the corner. Tag made to Mike Rotunda. Rotunda and Rich will have to use the speed and agility to outdo the Skyscrapers here. And right now they got Dan Spivey reeling. He doesn't know where he is right now. He nearly got pinned by Mike Rotunda. Leaping knee across the chest. And now look at Mike Rotunda. He wants a piece of Sid. And he wants Sid in there. Charging in. A glancing blow took down Sid Vicious. I think he hit Dan Spivey as well. A 2-for-1 by Mike Rotunda. Good swinging neckbreaker. Mike going up to the second rope. Sid gets up and moves out of the way. He was playing possum. Nearly got caught playing possum. You saw him rise, then fall down. But then as soon as Mike Rotunda came off that second rope, you knew he was playing possum. Sid moved out of the way. Kicks the back of the knee, and now Sid wants to dish out more punishment on Rotunda, like he did a week ago. Bangs the knee against the mat. A shoulder claw locked in by the ruler of the world, Sid Vicious. Slams him down. Sid fired up. Wants those titles back. Medusa wants championship back in her stable. Sid picks up Rotunda. Good kick to the belly button. Has him up now and drives him to the mat. Rotunda trying to crawl over and make the tag, but he was headed the wrong way. He was headed toward Dan Spivey. The only thing Spivey's going to tag him with is a right hand. Sid going for a body slam. Mike Rotunda fights back now. A one-handed bulldog by Rotunda. Great maneuver. And he wants revenge on Sid Vicious after last week. Sid humiliated him. Big body slam, making short work of him. Rotunda shoots him off the ropes. Good drop kick to the kneecap. Rotunda now from behind. Rolls him up. Has him pinned here. 1, 2. A 2 count's all he gets. Another drop kick. Caught him in the legs. Probably the upper thigh. Vicious now grabs Rotunda. Cobra clutch and slam. Into the corner. Tag made to Dan Spivey. Double team coming up by the Skyscrapers. High elevation on the back body drop. Had him up in the lights. Rotunda rolls out of the way, a one-handed bulldog. And takes out Sid's legs from underneath him. He clipped him from behind. Rotunda really, something lit a fire under him. He wants Sid Vicious in a big way, in a bad way. Chopped there by Dan. Spivey and Rotunda are legal. Rotunda wanted Sid Vicious. Big slam there by one half of the Skyscrapers. And Rotunda rolls out of bounds. Russian leg sweep there by Mike Rotunda. Great maneuver. Going up to the second rope. Looking for that fist drop. Measures him. And he lands it between the eyes. Great maneuver. Cover. Hooks the leg. Sid trying to run back into the ring to help his partner. Rotunda wants him. Big right hand by Mike Rotunda. He floored big Sid Vicious. Great move there by Mike. Less than 15 minutes remain in this championship match time limit. Tag made to Wildfire. Double team coming up. And Rotunda introduces Spivey to the boot of Tommy Rich. And now Rich going to work on the leg. Running elbow drop by Wildfire Tommy Rich. And fans, we realize we are coming close to 7:30 on the East Coast. Thank you for staying with us. We have more great action still to come. We might run till 8 o'clock tonight. If you want to pause it here and come back and join us, that's fine. You don't need my permission, of course. But we appreciate you coming back and watching that later in case you do want to watch WrestleMania. Tag made to Sid Vicious. We're here for the long run. I guess WrestleMania, you might miss it if you don't watch it now. Good elbow drop there by Wildfire. I remember when World Championship Wrestling ran Clash of the Champions, the first one against WrestleMania 2. He got him! He just pinned Sid Vicious. Tommy Rich just pinned Sid Vicious. Stunning defeat there by the dealt to the Skyscrapers. He rolled him up for the 1-2-3. Sid Vicious just overpowered. I think he was gassed. Just out of gas. And Rich capitalized. He pinned him. And it was that quickness and agility that got the win for the U.S. Tag Champions. And they might have dodged a bullet here, not having to face the Skyscrapers again in the immediate future. Probably one of their toughest opponents yet. And yet they downed them here tonight on WCW Saturday night.
Here are your winners, and still the United States Tag Team Tommy and the Captain Mike.
Please don't touch that dial. The World Tag Team titles are on the line next. It is the Road Warriors and the Rock and Roll Express for the World Tag Team Gold. Ricky and Robert making their way to the ring. The Rock and... Look, that's the Midnight Express! The Midnight Express! From behind! Beautiful Bobby and Loverboy Dennis! And they've attacked. Robert's able to back away. He saw it coming in time. Robert wasting time trying to take his robe off to fight, but that's going to cost him here. The Midnight Express, Pearl harboring the Rock and Roll Express right before their World Tag Team title match. Fans, we've got to get security out here to break this up. The Midnight Express obviously enraged that they did not get the tag team title shot. Dennis looks just fine. We're going to try to sort this out. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the ring, wrestling fans. Thanks to Doug Dillinger and the security team. And we've got a standby match. Unfortunately, the Rock and Roll Express unable to challenge the Road Warriors here tonight. And we are sorry for that, fans. We're so sorry.
Combined weight of 543 pounds.
Ricky, I believe it's Ricky being looked at.
Ron Simmons. Man
Ricky.
and Butch Reed.
Ricky Morton took the brunt of that sneak attack, and he is being checked out thoroughly by our medical team. May have sustained a severe injury, and the Road Warriors get off easy tonight. It is a no contest. The match is thrown out, unfortunately, and we apologize. Hopefully in the near future we will see the Rock and Roll Express take on the Road Warriors for the tag team titles. Meanwhile, we have Italian Stallion teaming with Tito Santana, taking on the team of Doom, Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. Teddy Long and Woman in the corner of Doom. And look at the strength of Ron Simmons. Italian Stallion, no small man. He is not the world spaghetti eating champion for nothing. Big clothesline there by Big Ron Simmons. The All-American picks him up. Good kick there by Ron. Beautiful neck breaker. Always have been a big fan of Ron Simmons. Right hands here by the All-American. Stomps the gut. I guess the one time I did root against them was when the Rock and Roll Express challenged for the tag team titles, the World Tag Team titles at the Great American Bash 1990. Of course, Doom retained. Really wanted to see the Rock and Roll get that another run with the tag team titles. They were going for their 5th reign, I believe, at the time. They've since won the titles. But would have been nice to have seen it then. Discus punch there by Tito Santana, who is no slouch in the ring. Italian Stallion isn't either. But Tito, a top contender in any wrestling league he chooses to compete in. Tito off the ropes. Winds up and drops the elbow. Great move there by Santana. If you're just joining us, this is a standby matchup. The Rock and Roll Express unable to challenge for the tag team titles here tonight after being attacked by Loverboy Dennis Condrey and Beautiful Bobby Eaton, the Midnight Express. As you know, Dennis suffered a leg injury. Tito having words with Teddy Long. Referee's distracted by Butch Reed. Here comes Ron Simmons from behind. Clothesline. He took him down. Dennis suffered a leg injury, and they were unable to challenge for the Road Warriors for the tag titles. But apparently they wanted their shot here tonight instead of the Rock and Roll Express. Into the corner. Tag made to Butch Reed. Something tells me that things definitely not settled between the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express. Butch Reed whips him into the corner. Italian Stallion tagged himself in. He gets clotheslined up and over the top rope. Tito had some parting words there for Butch Reed, and Butch Reed did not like that one bit. And he just cleaned his clock with a right hand. Sent him sailing off the apron. Now Butch Reed leaps off the top rope with a fist drop onto the Stallion. Throws him into that steel barricade. Now slams him down. The Stallion's head bounced off that concrete floor. He is working him over here on the outside. Rams him lower back first into the steel barricade. And now after Tito pulls him off the apron. Woman looking on with glee. Butch Reed going up top. High risk move. Here comes Tito in. Referee threw the chair out. Butch Reed perched on top rope. On the top rope. Big flying shoulder tackle. He rocked the Stallion. Cover. Wraps up the leg. Tito needs to make the save and can't do so. It's over. A dominant win by Doom here tonight on WCW Saturday night in this impromptu matchup. A substitution for a World Tag matchup. But we have our World Heavyweight title match coming up next. The World title on the line. Thank you for staying with us. Butch Reed. There you see it, the flying shoulder tackle. And that's all she wrote for the Stallion. Your winners, Doom.
Here are your winners, the All-American Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. Doom.
Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. Our main event is coming up next. As Doom celebrates in the ring. A great victory over the Italian Stallion and Tito Santana. And fans, we have an altercation in the back. We got to get our cameras back there. Ric Flair's attacked Lex Luger, and Ric Flair doesn't even look. He's not even dressed to wrestle. He had this all planned. He's attacking the legs of Luger with a steel chair. Luger was making his way down the rampway for this World Heavyweight title match. And now that's in question as well. We apologize, wrestling fans. We got to get help. Where's Sting at? Where's Gilbert and the Steiners and Missy Hyatt? They are not helping Luger. Where are they at? We got to take a timeout. Come on, someone help Luger.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Texas, weighing in at 224 pounds, Dirty Doug Marcantel.
Fans, we are so sorry. Talk about double disappointment tonight. Both world title matches canceled. Luger being checked on by our medical team when they're busy tonight. They're still looking at Ricky Morton as well. Ricky Morton attacked by the Midnight Express. May have sustained a severe injury, but so did Lex Luger just moments ago. Attacked by Ric Flair, who had no intention of wrestling tonight. You could tell he was dressed to the nines. And he attacked Luger, trying to break his legs with those steel chair shots. We got a standby match.
His opponent from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 226 pounds, Brian.
Dirty Dutch Mantel will take on Flying Brian Pillman. This will be our last match of the evening, and we thank you so much for your understanding. We are sorry for not having those title matches. I'm sure they will come to you as soon as both men are healthy enough to compete. Thoughts and prayers definitely with Lex Luger and with Ricky Morton here this evening. 10-minute time limit in this last matchup here, and Flying Brian trying to make it a quick one. Victory roll, 2 and 3. No, but Dutch Mantel reverses it. Nearly held the man down. Might have grabbed the tights. One of the fans there in that front row would know, or at least on that side. Dutch introducing Brian Pillman to the top turnbuckle. Good block there by Brian. Gives him a taste of his own medicine, driving the face to the top turnbuckle. Pillman now. I think he's dazed, doesn't know where he's at right now after taking those shots to that top turnbuckle. Pillman yelling at Dutch Mantel. Good missile drop kick. So we had 2 title matches for you instead of 4, and we are sorry for that. But they were 2 great title matches at least. Caught the leg. Right hand there by Pillman. And another. Scoops him up. Slams him down. Pillman with the head scissor takedown. 2 standby matches. That's the first in a while that we've had that. Big body slam. This is why some of the wrestlers travel, even if they're not on the card. They get paid regardless if they wrestle or not, but they get paid even more if they do wrestle, and they get paid even more if they win. Pillman fired up here tonight. What an opportunity to wrestle before this sold-out crowd in Birmingham, Alabama. Pillman going for the suplex. Dutch with a knee to the head. And Dirty Dutch with a kick to the breadbasket. Goes to the eyes. He'll break the rules with the best of them. Maybe I should say the worst of them. Slingshot off the ropes. We'll be back again next Saturday, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Please be sure to tune in. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. That's the best way to get notified when we put up a new video. Good elbow drop there by Mantel. But usually it is 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time every Saturday. Trips him up. Pillman really pumped up here. Good twisting heel kick there by Brian Pillman. Flying heel kick. Now going up top. High risk move. He is a long way from Dutch Mantel though. Lost his footing. I thought that might happen. He was a long way, but just shakes it off. And rolls up Mantel for a second time. Nearly held him down the first time to another near fall. The first time Mantel reversed it. May have grabbed Pillman's tights for extra leverage. But Pillman was able to kick out. Beautiful drop kick. He took him off the apron. And now Pillman to the top rope. Has he measured? Good fist drop there by Pillman. Pillman throws him into the ring. Has him lined up there. Good elbow. And Flying Brian again going up top. Waiting for Mantell. Flying clothesline. He rocked him with that clothesline. Caught him across the gullet. And a 1 count's all he gets. Mantell kicks out. Great opportunity for Mantell here if he can knock off Brian Pillman. Move up the rankings here in World Championship Wrestling. Mantell going to drag him to the middle of the ring. Leaping knee across the throat of Pillman. And Mantell now sizing up Brian, looking for a big upset win here. Pillman slips free. Not sure what Mantell was going for right there. Perhaps we will never know. Good backdrop there by Flying Brian. He is going up top. He is perched on the top rope. Fans standing here in Birmingham. They're loving this extra matchup. High cross body. That time he hit it. He was close enough. 1, 2. And he pinned him. Impressive win by Brian Pillman to close out our program. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening. As I said, we'll be back again next Saturday, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Pillman picks up an unexpected win. Couple victory rolls, nearly pinned him both times. There you see it. Dutch Mantell that knee across the throat, but Pillman prevails. Enjoy WrestleMania if you're watching it. Otherwise, hope you have a great week, and I will see you back again next Saturday.